Hello world, Darin Martineau, Master Magic Shop. In this video, I'd like to do a really good review of The Royal Road to Card Magic. Now, The Royal Road to Card Magic by Jean Hugard, it's a very good book and it's been designed obviously for beginners of card magic. Now, the thing about beginners is that I've realized I've been teaching magic for over 40 years. I've been doing magic for over 40 years. Uh, and I've taught magic to thousands of people. That's another video in and of itself. But the point of it is that you have beginners and then you have total newbies. So there's different levels to beginners. So a lot of people think, oh, this is for beginners, but they don't understand that just because you're a beginner doesn't mean that you're a total newbie, if that makes sense. Because like I've seen people, some people can pick up stuff really fast, and other people you can show them a bunch of stuff and they still will never get it. So that's the point about my rant about beginners. I love magic. I love to teach magic. Magic can be easy. It can, and it can be difficult. You can make it easy or you can make it difficult. That's right. It's your choice. What's great about this book is that it is progressively designed with uh, the slides. Most books, they'll just teach you certain things and they're kind of, in no particular order. This is very structured. It'll teach you a move, then it will teach you a routine to go with that move. So it's designed very good by Jean Hugard in the sense that it'll teach you a sleight and then it'll teach you what to do with that sleight. So yes, some people say it were older, it's older material, but the thing about older material, it can be modified and modernized and made better. You have the presentation, the effect, and the method. Those are the three pillars of magic. I mean, there's much more, but we're going to talk about some of the best tricks in the book. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the ambitious card. I really like the way they designed this beginner ambitious card because it's it's a very good little routine that you can use it as a structure. Um, so it's about a 5-phase routine. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make a video performing this with my wife, Janae. I'm making a lot of videos. So what I'm going to do, so I'm not just rambling on, I'm going to actually take some of the best tricks out of the Royal Road to Card Magic and I'm going to do performance videos. So if you click on the link, you can get the Royal Road to Card Magic. And in the future, I'm going to do videos with it. I'm going to show performances to show you this, and I'm going to actually show you how we can take older material and how we can fix it up and make it modernized. Now I want to talk about some of the material in this book, okay, and what makes it good. Yeah, it's for beginners, and I usually recommend self-working card trick for beginners. Part one is going to show you the overhand shuffle. It's going to show you some tricks with that. Topsy-turvy cards, several things like that. And then we're going to go into the riffle shuffle. And then it's going to show you some tricks with that. Then we're going to go into flourishes. It shows you about a half dozen flourishes, like pressure fan, waterfall, springing the cards. Nothing too fancy with the flourishes. Then it shows the glide. Then it shows glimpses. It shows a really good glimpse. My favorite glimpse in here is the fan peek or the fan glimpse, which I'm going to make a video about that because I have a really good idea with that. It shows for the trick with a glimpse, Gray's spelling tricks. So I presume that's Larry Gray because at this time there's a magician really famous named Larry Gray. So I presume that's his. But what I like about it is it's a spelling trick and you spell it. What happens is you want the spectator to spell it. They spell it in their mind. So you never actually spell it. You're just dealing down cards and you have them say stop after they've spelled it in their mind. And then it appears. So instead of your standard spelling trick, it's like a thought spelling, if that makes sense, and then the card is revealed. So that's pretty clever. There's a lot of ideas that you can take. I love to take older ideas and fix them up and modernize them, like I said. Now we're going to talk about one of my favorite principles, which is the key card. One of the best tricks that you can do with the key card is the do as I do, and there's many versions of that. I like the do as I do aces by Brother John Hammond, which I'll do in another video. But I'm going to have a whole series that I'm producing, which is called Mastering the Key Card. Now, if you do this at a beginner level, it'll take you to one level. Now, when you do this at where I'm at and above, advanced level, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to not only fool magicians, but you're going to be able to hit on some really strong card miracles. You could look at my Weighing the Aces, and I have many other things, original stuff with the key card. But the key card is very strong for self-working card magic. Right now I'm working on volume 8 of self-working card magic, by the way. Okay, so we're going to talk about the next thing, which is palming. Palming is probably one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult, for beginners to master, because you have to understand timing and misdirection, and you have to understand the subtleties of the palming. So I wouldn't recommend that as for a beginner. What I would recommend is self-working tricks, like I said, for the beginner. The next part of the book, it goes into chapter 7 is the palm. Chapter 8 will be the back slip, okay? The back slip is a standard force. There are some really good handlings of that. My mentor, Allan Ackerman, has a top cover back slip. Marlowe has very good handlings. Gary Kurtz and many others of the back slip force. It's a very standard force. This is a beginner book, but with that said, you can take beginner material. All an advanced is sophisticated basics. That's all it is. And so if you know how to take these fundamental principles, you can take everything to the next level. This is the foundation of card magic. It teaches you overhand shuffle, false shuffles and cuts. Then we have the double lift. With the double lift, it goes into routines with that. And one of the best routines in the book, like I said, is the ambitious card. Then it goes into the pass. Now we're going to use the pass for a lot of different things in magic. The pass is there again one of the hardest moves in magic and one of the hardest moves in card magic to master. The next one we have are more miscellaneous flourishes, and you have some color changes in here. You have something called the acrobatic aces, which is really neat. Then we have reverses. Then we go into the Hindu shuffle and other controls. Okay, then we have my favorite force, the classic force. Okay, the classic force. There's a lot of things about the classic force. Tony Gerard has the best classic force, by the way. He fooled J.C. Wagner over and over again with it. Just thought I'd mention that. Look up Tony Gerard. He's my old buddy from the Desert Magic Seminar in Las Vegas. Now, the next thing we have are top and bottom changes. Then we have arrangements, also known as stacks. Then we have routines with each one. Then we have routines. Then we have platform tricks. Okay, platform tricks. Old school in Hofstadter's time, they were called salon magic. Now it's called stand-up or cabaret. And these are some of my favorite tricks in here. Okay, Conus aces. The Conus ace trick is one of the best. Well, if you've seen the way Bruce Servan does it, I will say. That's one of my favorite ace routines, which I'm going to be putting on video. Because if you go back through history, a lot of people dog on the history of magic. Oh, you can't learn anything from that. Well, you'll see. They'll come back and they'll apologize. Because the secrets are available to the public domain, guys. You have to do your homework and you have to study. When you study the history of magic, you find what I call hidden treasures, Best way to hide a good trick is to put it in print. Now, we're going to wind up this review by talking about Conasasis, everywhere and nowhere, cards up the sleeve, cards to pocket, enlarging and diminishing cards, um, cards across, and then everybody's card 1 and 2. So everywhere and nowhere is one of my favorite routines because you can do it gaffed or ungaffed. You can do it for close up. You can do it for platform. Um, so if you're ready to take your magic to the next level, or if you're a beginner or a newbie and you're ready to learn the fundamentals of card magic, I'd highly recommend the Royal Road to Card Magic. So click on the link and get the book today. Thank you guys.